Go.
In the dark and bleak and sulphur-smelling cesspool at his Celebon's lair, Sam currently making his way to his allies, surrounded by bodies that have been butchered by his friends along the way. Greg hiding, swimming through a pile of treasure so big,
gold.
more gold than he's ever seen before.
I forgot he was Scrooge
Yeah.
McDucking it.
But what's that?
What's
Through
what?
the madness, the two of you seem to hear music. Beautiful music. Music the likes you've never heard before. Well, music that Greg has never heard before. Sam, you recognize it.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard this music a couple of times before.
Twice now, I think.
And as this music fills your ears, everything starts spinning. Your senses seem to be disoriented. You don't know where you are. You don't know what's going on. And suddenly...
Greg's on an acid trip.
It's just another day for Greg, really.
Gold overload.
As you hear this music and everything spinning and moving around you, you lose sense of where you are, and you close your eyes, trying to recenter yourself. And as you open them up again, the pair of you find yourself in a forest, the likes of which, again, Greg has never seen before. This is no normal forest ever found on Evalthon. Sam, you know exactly where you are.
Yes.
In front of you, standing in the clearing, you see a satyr, sat playing his lute, with a huge welcoming smile on his face. And as he sees you, you see the music stop. And he beckons you over. 1 second.
Have you seen all this before?
Yes.
How?
Oh, you'll see. You'll see. It's very exciting.
But while we wait for Scott to come back, then Greg's reaction to this would have been obviously he's blinked and he's woke up there.
Yeah.
So he's looking around like, where's all the shinies gone?
Oh no!
And then
no
upon
shinies.
hearing the music, he's just sat down and he's like mesmerised, swaying. And then when he stops singing, he's just gonna look around him again and realise, shit, where's everything gone? What?
Yeah.
Well, Sam's going to be a bit disorientated, but like I said, he's done this a couple of times before, so once he reacquaints himself, he'll be like, oh, I know what's going on.
Fair enough.
And then, I don't think it's going to work. No. Is it going to work? I don't know if it'll work for his voice. We're going to try it anyway. I don't know. I haven't heard it by myself, but you... Nice to see you, Sam, my young friend. And I see a companion you have with you. Sorry to bring you here without warning, but I'm needing help from just you few. I am Hysam, Prince of Fools, but don't take my title so literal, or you'll be the fool. My brother, the Prince of Frost. Script, where are you? My brother, the Prince of Frost, has the most dastardly plan, the material plane he wishes to rule. Tried before he did many centuries ago, but the Knights of Vylos ended that claim. For his hero then shares the same name as now, a name you both know, the name of Bane. To stop his plan, we need the Knights to reform, and the royal line that was ended needs to be reborn. But things are happening that most are unaware, and the flame of the bird will bring the dawn. But until then, troubles we must cause, and hinder his plans is all we can achieve. An item he has, something Someone you know called Dolian has seen an item I need you to retrieve. The first job he did many years ago for the old man in the shadows, the one with the cane. The man you helped then is our enemy now. The man you helped was the one called Bane. Return that item and redeem yourself now, and I will honor and I will give it to whom it belongs. And when he has it, the time will have come, and remembered you will be in the greatest of song. Now away with haste and head to the west. You'll find what you're looking for when you can see your breath in the air. There you will find it under lock and key, and guards also there. So take care and beware.
That's so cool.
Greg's just gonna walk up to him and with his finger out and like point at him.
And Sam's
You
be like, no,
sing when
no,
you talk.
no, don't poke.
You sing when you talk.
I've turned it off now, just for now. But yeah, and he will look and say, "It is not the time for questions now, my young friends. But next time we meet, I promise to make amends."
So Sam will be like, as always, thank you very much. This is a much, much nicer place than those caves. Greg, this is Hysam. Hysam, this is Greg.
Hysam! Hysam.
Hysam will bow low
Hysam.
and deep with a big smile on his face.
And Sam's going to bow
Greg
back.
will mimic that bow.
Yeah, we're all bowing at each other. So, side mission. Someone with a cane. Did we help someone with a cane? Seems like a long time ago.
No. Dolian, his first job.
Oh, Dolly.
Yeah, something he stole. A friend he is of you now, I believe.
Yes.
Yes. Imagine this was writ with Alistair playing. There's a way to link his backstory into this, but no. So no, Dolian stole something. His first job as he joined the Thieves Guild and handed it to an unknown man in the shadows.
Right.
That man was
Bane.
and is Balthazar Bane. Not that he knew the name Bane back then.
Right. So, is this where you need us to go now? And we can take everyone with us? Or is this something for just the two of us to handle?
I believe the two of you should suffice,
Are you up for this, Greg?
but be careful. Be wary
Greg
of the eye.
Greg has no idea what he's saying. He just sing nice songs. Greg will follow you.
Cool. So, we need to go somewhere cold?
Yes, head to the west and go until
You see your breath. I
you
heard
see
that
your
bit.
breath.
Yes. So, what is it we actually have to steal back again? Can you tell us that, or do we have to infer that somehow? Because, I mean, Dolian would know, but he's kind of busy still.
Something I used to own long ago. Oh no, something I used to own, but I haven't seen it for so long. It's something that I used to use
Is it a musical
to
instrument?
create a lovely song.
Ah, some pipes.
Indeed, it is. It's a musical instrument.
musical
I will
instrument.
leave you to tell you what it is.
Okay. Are you able to help with transport? Because we're kind of either here or stuck in a cave with a
You
dragon.
are here until your journey is done.
Right.
And when you return, no time will have passed.
Same as normal. Okay.
You were in the
Greg.
Feywild realm now,
Yes.
no longer on the mortal plane.
Greg is just
Yes, Greg?
walking in circles and like breathing out like nope. Nope. Can't see my breath yet.
I'm just, Greg, don't do that too much, or you're going to start hyperventilating.
I'm trying to see breath so we know what way to go.
Not yet. I think it means we need to go somewhere colder.
Before you leave,
Okay.
have a drink of this, and he will hand you
Sweet.
both almost like a flower, petals, like all woven together to make sort of a cup. And inside there is almost a glowing blue liquid, and he will tell you that once you drink this, you will feel quite refreshed.
Sam drinks it without question.
And
Greg
when you
pulls out his
do,
alchemy jug and spikes it and then downs it.
but you both feel invigorated, and strength returns your body. Any tiredness seems to just like evaporate from your bodies, and you will now take what would be the full long rest, the benefits of the full rest.
Please, sir, can I have some more?
We will see how you do on your tests. Hurry back, and you may have another.
Yes, boss.
I promise you it's not too far, and maybe when you're back, I will refill your jar.
Ooh.
Okay then. Which way's west on this plane?
And as you say that, he starts to play a jaunty tune, and you see the trees towards the west. The roots start lifting out the ground and forming almost like legs.
Sam
they
is
start
delighted, as
moving.
always.
And you see a path opens up for you to follow.
Cool.
Greg's going to look at him and go, we head west to help with your quest. We say, hiya, son, when the job is done. Let us go now.
Thanks, boss. We'll be back soon.
He chuckles, and you see him trying to work that into his own little song that he's making up himself.
So we go west.
Hey ho, it's off to the west we go.
So on the way, Sam is going to explain that if you remember, Sam now has other strange powers. So Hysam is my warlock patron. So that's why. And we've had a couple of bits where I think there was one or two opportunities where someone could have perceived in the middle of a situation Sam basically tuned out for a moment and was given other instructions of things to do in the midst of other battles.
Okay.
Yeah.
You tell me more about that afterwards.
Yes. That's so pretty.
Yes, this is
so many colours.
the Feywild. You see the plants, the trees, the grass, everything almost feels like it's more alive and sentient than it is on the mortal plane.
I don't want to go back to that cave.
But you see many different just creatures going about their business. This seems to be close to Hysam's realm. Seems to be quite a fun and happy, peaceful sort of place.
Sounds wonderful.
Are all these white fluffy things, are they like the dandelions that you blow?
They are, but each one is like at least the size of Greg's head.
That's fine. Greg is trying desperately to blow every one of them as he goes past them.
At least he's not trying to eat them.
No. He's blowing them and then counting the time. I blew that 6 times. It's 6 o'clock. Greg tells time good.
As you do, you see them. The first time you do it, you see a few, like 5 or 6 of them dislodge and start lifting into the air. And as they do, instead of just floating casually through the sky as they would expect on the monoplane, you see as they fall back, a little head appears and wings appear, and these things flutter away.
You've made
almost
fairies.
Like tiny little fairies, but
You've made some little sprites. Greg's a
Greg makes
daddy.
more. He has hundreds of them before he leaves. Before he leaves here, he's going to have hundreds of little daddy sprites flying about the Feywild. I made you. I made you. I made you. Didn't make you.
I'm sure that's not going to cause chaos somewhere in the world.
I say, as you keep on doing it, they will start circling around Greg, and just you'll hear chirping, almost like chipmunks. They'll just springing all around you, laughing and joking.
Adorable.
Greg maybe bumped his head. He's like cartoon now.
As they lift up into the sky, and you see them all just fade away into the distance.
That's so cool.
Sam, you see that?
I do.
I make baby fairies.
Yeah, that's totally on brand for you, Greg. That really is. Congratulations. I hope that they're good sprites that you've sent out into the world.
If you both want to roll me a quick
that.
perception check.
Yep.
Yeah. First roll of the day.
Starting well. Even better.
Oh. Practice rolls. We need to do practice rolls.
I will say that with a 10, you think you notice eyes lurking just away, but again, you don't feel alarmed. In fact, it looks similar to the creature that you once freed in the ancient Minotaur's labyrinth, with the body of a horse, or the lower half of a horse and the top half. You see a couple of young centaurs riding around.
Have they noticed us?
They have noticed you, but they've seen Greg blowing all these dandelion fairies.
Yeah, Greg is so preoccupied with everything.
And they don't sense any threat. They seem to. They see you being just bewildered and
They just
absolutely
happy idiots.
But you see a couple of them, and they seem to be.
I'm going to wave. Sam waves.
Yeah. And they
Sam,
will.
want a race?
I think
They'll
they'd
look
win.
back. They look back and they wave and. Hello.
Hi.
We've not seen you here before, would we? What are you?
Oh, we're visitors.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't, you're not centaurs. You're not fairies. I mean,
Greg is fairy daddy. I made lots of fairies. Greg is fairy daddy.
oh, fairy
Like a
daddy.
sugar daddy, but a fairy daddy.
I've not heard of a fairy daddy before.
Fairy, not hairy.
Fairy daddy, yes, a fairy daddy, daddy of the fairy.
Yes.
And what are you?
I'm Sam.
You look a bit. Are you a? Is that you? You're a Sam.
I'm a human.
Ah, I've heard stories of humans.
Oh.
We don't see many here.
Don't believe all the stories. We're not all that bad. It's nice to meet
I
you.
saw the. And nice to meet you. I mean, we're just trying to catch up with our family, but I mean, we saw what you was doing to the fairies. We thought we'd have to come and say hello. Why are you here?
We're on a special mission.
Oh, I love secrets.
From Hysam himself, no less.
And as you say that, you see these children's eyes just fill with curiosity and excitement. And the Hyacinth? How do you know Hyacinth?
It's a special
Just before you
secret.
answer, Greg is going to obviously see their eyes all filling up with curiosity, and he's going to run around to stand next to them and looking at you as well with curious eyes expecting. I'm waiting for story time. Tell us everything.
Oh, Hyacinth is a great friend of mine.
We love listening to his stories, and when he gets everyone together and we sing songs, and he makes the most beautiful music.
He does, and I enjoy hearing it. You may not always have the best timing, but it's always fun to be here. This place is so lovely.
So, what does Hysam want you to do?
Oh, I don't know. It's a secret mission.
Oh, Greg can answer this. I know. I'm putting my hand up. We
They
have to
both look
find
up at you, stood
cold
next
weather.
in between them.
We have to find cold weather where we can see our breath. Not here.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Do you know somewhere that's cold?
as of late, the cold weather seems to be stretching out from where it normally was. It used to be miles away from here.
But
It's not too far away at all.
Well, hopefully we can do something about that and get things back to normal round here for you. Well,
Yeah.
whatever this normal is.
Hysam said that he had plans. He had a way of hopefully stopping his brother, the Prince of Frost. Tales say he did this before and he failed, but he seems to be stronger this time.
Can I just do a quick insight check?
You can.
Oh, that's good.
You believe them that you don't sense any dishonesty in their voices. They haven't changed since they met you.
No, well,
Keep going that way, but it won't be long, and you will definitely feel it getting colder.
well, you take care and you huddle up away from this cold, and we'll do the best we can to put it right. Strikes heroic pose.
Oh, new friends. Something to remember us by, and I'm going to hand him the pretty shiny mirror that I found amongst the gold.
And they will look
Something
at
to
it.
remember us by. Don't fight.
No. Thank you, Vera. This is beautiful. We normally only see our reflections in the stream.
Now you have pretty mirror.
Oh, Greg's so wholesome. I can't even.
And they will take it. You'll see him kind of put it away, and good luck. And I hope to see you at one of Hyacinth's gatherings in the future.
Me too. I might bring some
Me
more
too.
friends next time.
Are they fairy daddies too?
Yeah,
No, Greg only fairy daddy.
I don't know.
Oh.
Ask them if they're fairy daddies. They might enjoy being asked that. Or just whether they're fairies.
Big fairies.
Big fairies.
I will remember that. Well, take care, Sam. Take care, fairy daddy.
Bye.
Bye, kids.
And they will turn and trot, and you can see them in the distance, just out of sight, or just in sight, about to make their way out of sight. You'd see a small herd of centaurs making their way, but not in the direction of the cold.
Cool. So we keep heading towards where it's colder. We're not dressed for the cold, are we? Well, Sam's got a fabulous coat. How's Greg?
Greg is okay. Greg is warm-blooded. I have...
Blood.
Yes. I have no clothes in my backpack. Greg tough, man. Greg fine. Don't worry. It's okay. Greg has gloves. They keep him warm.
I do have fine clothes. I'm also wearing fine clothes, so I'm fine. I've got some costumes as well.
You want to race over the bridge?
Yep.
So as you make your way, following the direction which the two young centaurs have pointed out to you.
Can I just ask you a quick question? So, yeah, Greg, do you want to race over that bridge? Can we do a race? Athletics?
You can do a race. Yeah, athletics will be fine.
What do you reckon? Oh,
Greg's already on it. I stumbled over the first hurdle.
God, Sam's not too far behind. Well, this is going
So,
great.
I mean, you start racing, and within seconds you see Greg start pulling up with a bit of stitch and not able to go too fast. And Sam barely lasts a few further steps, and he starts panting as well. Maybe the exhaustion of the last few days and traveling in Ostrong has caught up with you guys. The potion has helped, but maybe you don't feel fully rested.
But then Greg saw one of his fairy babies, and so he went, "Fairy babies, come back!" and chased after them.
He got a second wind, all right.
And Sam's just like,
I'm thinking maybe Sam might have knocked, Greg might have knocked into Sam as he passed him, and possibly knocked him into the river.
You'll have to give us a deck save or acrobatics. It's up to you.
12. What's with these rolls?
A 12 is enough to not get pushed over, because Greg wasn't meaning to push you, so...
It is hilarious, though, watching Greg chase after his fairy babies.
I'm going to stand at the other side of the bridge now going, "I win! Greg win! Greg win! Greg is winner! Greg is winner!" and take a drink from my alchemy drug.
Never change, Greg.
Huzzah!
Never change.
You
Come
keep
forth,
on...
little legs, keep up.
You keep moving, and it doesn't take long before you just start noticing in the trees a little bit of frost.
Oh, no.
And a couple of... there's a slight crunch underfoot as you're stepping on frozen grass.
Well, it looks like we've found...
Can I see my breath yet?
Not quite yet, but you are getting the sense of the temperature dropping a little bit. But it doesn't take long, and within another 10-15 minutes, Greg will be walking in. And as he's breathing out, you start seeing the mist form as you breathe out.
Sam!
Greg! Back at you!
See my breath? See my breath! We're here!
This is quite infectious. Greg is usually tempered with having other slightly more dour characters, so just pure one-on-one time with Greg is quite infectious. So Sam's now started just like back again. They're just breathing at each other.
It is a proper breath off.
It's too funny.
But while you guys are doing this, if you just roll me a quick perception check.
Perception. Holy shit.
So,
we good.
You
Synchronized
both see not too far away what looks to be... How would you describe it? The ice starts getting thicker. You see fields of ice, and you see the mountains only not too far in the horizon. And with a 20, you will both have seen an ominous-looking face.
Ooh.
That looks to be carved into the ice.
I was going to turn to Greg. You see that, right?
We're right near this face, are we?
You're maybe half an hour, 40-minute walk away. You could get there within an hour.
Can we tell anything about this face? Do we recognise it? Kind of what race it is?
No. You just notice there's sort of like two what would look like eye holes and a sort of mouth hole. I'd say what I would do, because you rolled it.
When we get there, look through the eye holes, and then you can be Ice Face.
Okay, I'll bear that in mind. At least there's just eye holes and mouth hole. Is there the other side of this mountain? Is there like a different...
No, there is no glory hole.
This is what you see.
Ooh.
Oh, I like
From the
that.
distance, you see that sort of a face, and
That's creepy.
it seems to be, again, if you was to follow the directions west, it does seem to be a clear path to this is where you've been tasked to head towards.
Well, Greg, this is where I have to go. I understand if you don't want to. I would be grateful of your assistance. You're an amazing warrior and a friend. But this is where I must go.
Greg, wait here and sleep.
I mean, I'd like you to come with me.
Okay. Greg, go first. You stay behind. I protect you, little one. It's okay.
You're really cool, Greg. You know that? Don't tell Bog what
No,
I said
I'm not
that.
cool. I'm not cool. I'm freezing.
That's true.
It's very cold.
It is
but Greg
cold.
is hard, man. He can handle.
So we'll head towards it and head in.
Well, I would say as you
Oh,
get closer, you may remember Hysam's words of there would be guards
oh,
Yep.
about.
okay.
Item
okay.
on the lock and key surrounded by guards. So can we see the guards from where we are?
Well, as you approach, I will put you.
Let's approach stealthily,
Yeah.
or at least try.
Shall we roll for it just to see?
Roll a stealth check, yes, please.
I'm doing the Pink Panther tiptoe. Did-him.
So you guys, somehow, you're barely even making crunches of the snow as you're walking. You are moving so quietly. But what you do see, as you're so sneaky, is you see there seems to be a few monsters that seem to be just paroling outside the entrance to this cave. 4 small, little, looking ice creatures, and 1 large, white. Both do me a history check. Let's see if you've heard of these.
Oh my god.
So you have both heard of these. It is a monster of myth and legend. It is a yeti.
Ooh. Ah.
You would both have heard stories how those who see yetis often don't see anything afterwards. These are quite hostile and territorial creatures.
Mm.
But they are unawares of your presence at the moment.
Sweet. Ah, I've lost my notes. Yep, never mind. Okay, so what's the plan? Is there a way we can creep around them? Or is that like the only entrance?
Sorry, I forgot. I was on mute there. Do you have invisibility?
I will have a look.
I mean, what I would say is you would notice
No.
that the mouth entrance is larger than the Yeti itself, and the eyes are considerably higher. You saw this from quite a distance away, so the eyes are maybe 50 feet higher
That
than
is
the
high.
Yeti. So, but you are currently on the cliff. I think I put you on the bottom
yeah.
right-hand side of the map, so you have sneaked across, and because you were stealthily, I have put you so you're on top and looking down, so you've got a vantage point where they've not seen you.
Okay, Greg has 2 options for Sam. Greg can fly us in through the window. Yes, Greg can fly.
Yes.
Or we can spider climb through.
Interesting. Let me just check. I have a potion of climbing.
Cool.
So
Shall we climb?
let's climb. We do that. Do we stealthily move round the cliff till we get to where the face is, and then attempt to climb through the eyes.
Sounds good.
So I would need another stealth check, just one more.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
What is with these rolls?
You're doing so well.
Look at those.
Exactly.
Look at all those 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. Boom, boom. Crit fails.
So I would say as you are creeping past, you get about level with them. And as you do, you both manage to hit a sort of like broken bit of ice that's hanging on the edge, and two bits of like small boulders of ice just crash down the side of this cliff. And they look up and they see a half-orc and a human stood there.
Hi.
I would now need you to roll me some initiative.
Right.
Oh my god.
How's
That
your...
is Greg's first initial thing. Once everybody looks up and sees him, he is going to sit there and go, "Hey,
you
you guys!"
guys?
And because I love it so much when he does that, I am going to give you inspiration for at least for the session.
Yay, I may well need it. Thank you.
So first to go is Mr. Greg.
So are we still quite high up? Do we still have like the advantage point on them?
You were a good maybe 30 feet above them at the moment.
Big cast fireball.
So let's have a look what Ice Mephit's deck save is.
Sorry.
They have a +1. So
Ooh.
and then let's just get the. Oh, where's the Yeti's character sheet gone? Oh, there it is. I did realise the other day I was watching some stuff on Thingy, and the easiest way to do the character sheets, I know Ali was struggling with it. If you just double click them at the top, it just does them into a semi-translucent.
You can also, I think it's shift and double click on a token to open the character sheet as well.
Yep.
Yes.
So where are we aiming the fireball anyway? I have the.
I am
Is it
aiming to.
What size is it again?
20-foot sphere.
20-foot sphere.
I've got a range of 150 feet, so I'm going to centre it kind of like over here somewhere.
So you want it there?
Centre it about there. I've got a range of 150 feet to centre it.
Yeah. Oh no, you have no problem getting it there. So do you want to aim it and get them two there?
If you'll allow me to aim it and get as many as possible, then absolutely, that's what I want to do.
Yeah, you can put it. You can put it anywhere you want. Sorry. What I will say then is you are able to position it sort of like there, which will get all three of them.
Yay, thank you.
So so the first one is a success. The second one is a fail. Oh, thank you very much. I haven't eaten yet.
You got a waiting on your hand and foot.
Well, she's got friends round, and she arranged it after I said we were going to D&D tonight, so she's downstairs with the girls. I'm upstairs with the girls. So the first method nearest to you succeeds his. The second one, well, the Yeti fails, and so the second one also fails.
Yay.
So 32 fire. Let's have a look then. Oh no, that's the wrong thing. So I'll get rid of this for now because we don't need that. So the first one succeeded, so that's 16 points of damage. But let me just check something because So they are vulnerable to fire. So you will see it does more damage than what you would expect. So the first one who saves, you see him melt and crystals shatter as he
That's the one who
explodes.
saved his thing. Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So the
Sorry.
next one is the other method is obviously also going to start melting and shatter. And the Yeti. Oh no.
Oh.
I
I've
didn't
not
know it.
one-shotted you yet, have I?
No, that's not vulnerable to fire, but it does have fear of fire, which I didn't
Oh.
know. If the Yeti takes fire damage, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the end of its next turn,
Nice.
which I didn't know.
That's
Oh,
so
no.
cool. Oh no.
So,
So Sam's just going to look at Greg and win that. Do that again.
but you will see the Yeti, parts of its fur are singed, and you have the smell of burning hair in your
Ugh,
nostrils, and
gross.
he does look considerably wounded. You see he's bleeding, deep burns, and you hear him roar in pain as this fireball erupts and envelops him. And as the flames die down, you see him try to pat down the remaining bird, but he looks considerably injured.
I feel sorry for him
Sorry.
now.
Next is Sam's turn.
Oh, I feel really sorry for him, but I'm still going to Eldritch blast him twice in the face. just with a little sadness. So
So
That's
instead
it.
of bam bam, it's going to be pew, bang.
They both hit.
oh dear. It's the first one.
You just crit Eldritch them.
So you will need to do the damage for the second one. So he stood there,
just doing his
unawares of
job.
you,
Just doing his job.
unawares of you until you both misstepped on the ledge. And as you did, you see rage filled his eyes, and he roared as if he was ready to attack. Suddenly, the fireball erupts, and see him burn and singed hair, and in great distress. And then what does Sam do? Do you want to explain how you're going to finish off the Yeti?
It's just
With tears in his eyes.
It's just one Eldritch blast to take him down to his knee, and then Sam feels renewed after his talk with Hysam and his walk through the Feywild, and gathers extra powers into his hand, channels it, and just hits him in the core, and he goes down.
And as he does, you hear a little as any remaining fire goes out as he hits the ice and snow. Steam floating up around him. Seeing that,
I feel kind of sad now. I hope he wasn't endangered.
no.
Just wondered if the Yeti was like a singular beast or a type.
There are more of him. They're more common in the Feywild than they are in the mortal realm.
Ah, that's fair enough. Then.
So 30 feet. Let's have a look. So the first one, you're going to see he's move to there. He's going to start running to there. And then as he gets there, you are going to see him jump. And as he jumps, you're going to see him take flight.
Ooh.
And he gets to about there, just out of reach of you guys, but you see him flying, and the other one is going to do a similar thing, get to about there, but they're both taken flight and are now heading up towards the two imposters. But that is their turn done, and then we move to Greg.
Gregson say, "Excuse me, Sam. Please move behind me."
Okay, I'm going to move out of the way.
Mm.
So that's aiming between the two of them, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So the first one rolls a 5, and the second one rolled a 10. So neither of them save.
Oh, they're melted now.
So that would be, I don't know if it'll be doubled, won't it, if they are vulnerable?
I
So
was
that
just
would
about
be,
to ask, does vulnerable double it or?
I think so.
Nice. Well, yeah, 'cause resistance halves it, so it makes sense, wouldn't it?
I think so, yeah. I don't know if it's half again. But either way, it's like a minimum of 30 points of damage, but up to 42. But either way, it is more than enough to finish these two little ice mephits off.
Sorry, Sam. Maybe we try not kill anymore. They might have been nice.
I doubt it, but we can try. I like your thought here, but if this is something to do with Bane, chances are no one's nice. So no matter how cuddly they may look, I think we still need to keep your flame on.
So now no one else is out here, so we try and stealthily climb back around and stick to the original plan.
I think so, yes, because who knows what's inside.
Just to let you both know, when Hysam was telling you what he told you, he did say that the Prince of Frost
Yeah.
has a champion,
Oh, yes.
and his champion is called Bane.
Oh.
Just
Right.
like his previous champion was also
So
called
Bane.
Bane many generations ago.
It's a
Just
family
to
thing.
remind you, so
Well, I'm Hyacinth's champion, so...
you are, yes, indeed. So, but yes, you're saying if this is about Bane, but Bane himself may be
elsewhere.
elsewhere,
Or-
but the Prince of Frost may in fact be above Bane in the stakes, if you get what I mean.
Right. Okay. I think we need to continue being stealthy.
Let's go, 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 go!
We do that.
Yeah, let's do a little stealth check then, see if we're a bit quieter this time.
I'm still pink
Greg.
panthering it. Do-doom, 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 do-doom.
Hoo-hoo!
And then I'm rolling across the floor going, do-doom.
Diddle-diddle-doo.
I mean, it's like when you see polar bears, if they just cover the nose up, they blend in. The pair of you have just disappeared into the snow. I mean,
We've just-
nobody can see you at all. It's almost, you can't even see each other.
It's just like
You
between the two of us, we've just become like perfect idiots doing really good at this. We've like, with the perfect
Keep calling an
pair.
idiot.
No, we are.
Oh,
Oh dear.
uh-oh.
So I will say you are a little bit higher up than in the doorway as you stealthed your way and you was heading towards one of the eyes, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So it'd be this side somewhere. Yay. How's that?
you're in a window that's up there, and as you look down, what you do see is it's quite an open plan sort of chamber here, but there does seem to be a massive, not I wouldn't say a throne, but a raised seating area where you see an ice giant is what you see, and you also see a polar bear that seems to be patrolling around just
Damn.
below you.
Bogwood would have been really helpful about
Has it got a
that.
little helmet on it?
And then,
Has the polar bear got a little helmet on it and some little metal armour?
unfortunately, not on this one, no.
Munch, I'm
But
glad.
you
'Cause
do notice. Do me a quick perception check, though. Just when you're looking at the ice giant.
What the? Hang on.
So you both would notice that he does seem to have a key on a chain that seems to be hanging by his waist.
Right. Okay. Now,
This is where an invisible hand would be very useful right now.
well, I can be invisible. I can also have lots of. I've got command. I've got
So it's not an ice
suggestion.
giant, it's a frost giant.
Frost
sorry.
giant. So. Okay.
Oh, is the frost giant drinking anything by any chance? Does he have a drink by his side?
I would say he looks to be sat there quite concentrating on staying alert. He's not, doesn't seem to be socializing or resting.
So he's not got a drink or anything there now.
No, he seems to be sat there quite focused, looking forward at what he's doing.
Oh, he's going to give you a vial of poison to spike his drink.
That's me. Back in 1 second.
Meta. So, yeah, I've got stuff like command and suggestion. So if I can get
Right.
close to him, I've got sleep as well. So we may not have the skills to go in and do a one punch like Bogrud, but maybe we can disable him and steal the key and get out without having to fight too much.
Yeah, try and do it as stealthily as physically possible.
we
Ooh, I can cause a phantasmal force to make it look like if he catches you, if he sees you, can make maybe like a phantasmal force to make it look like you're not there, and what he was staring at before is exactly how it was. Nothing's changed.
That's a good idea. I mean, we can try. So I've got invisibility. I've got 3 level 2 spells, so I could do 2 invisibles and a suggestion. No, I've got hypnotic pattern as well. What's going on there? That says I have 2 of those. I don't know what's going on with my spell slots sometimes. Have you got anything flavourful that could help us out here?
I have
Lots of
a
fire.
poison dart, which will half his movement. What's Pearl of Power? What's that? On your person, you can use an action to speak its command word and regain an extended spell slot. So just an extra fireball, essentially.
Nice.
Other than that, not really much. Phantasmal Force. It's pretty much the best I've got. Fireball. I've got Fly. Spider climb, so we can go across the roof. Ooh, you go invisible. I'll climb across the roof and hold the rope while you kind of like go down on the rope to try and pick the key up, and I'll try and pull you back up.
Yeah. I do have that potion. No, how long does this potion of climbing last? Because I would have used that to climb through the eye hole thing. If that's still usable.
Yeah, if not, I will
Yeah.
give you my gloves. I've got gloves of greater climbing and swimming.
Cool. How long does this potion of climbing last?
I think it must last a little bit of time, at least
Let me have a
a
look.
minute, I'd say.
Because I've used it to climb in through the eye hole, which is a phrase I didn't think I'd ever say.
So when
at least
you
it's
drink
through
this
the eye
potion,
hole.
you gain a climbing speed equal to your walking speed for 1 hour.
1 hour.
Oh, sweet.
Nice. So, how long has it been since it should only have been minutes since we literally climbed through.
It's not even minutes. It's a minute at most.
Cool. So I will take that off my sheet so I don't use that in future.
We've come up with a little plan, if you'll allow it.
Oh, I like to say yes.
So the intention is we're going to climb up the wall and across the roof so we're unnoticed.
Yeah.
And then Sam will be tied onto some rope and invisible. And Greg will be lowering Sam down, holding the rope, lowering Sam down, hoping not to drop him while he tries to pick up the key.
So, I mean,
There's a lot of checks, but
yeah. First of all, I mean, let's roll another Well, I'm not going to ask you to roll another stealth check in a minute because you both rolled nat 20s last turn. So you're able to at least do your full movement to wherever you would like to go before we do any other stealth checks. But you're walking along the walls, on top of the walls.
Yeah.
Yeah. How high is the ceiling?
The walls seem to be like maybe 30 feet high themselves, but above it, the cavern is maybe 150 feet higher. That's open topped.
Well, let's just stick to
It's
the top of
just
the
a
walls
yeah.
then.
Huge sort of cavern that this has been chiseled into, like it was like into the side of the mountain.
Cool. So if we're sticking to the walls, we've got to go around the walls. 10, 15, 20, 30. So I can get to here. So this is actually going to be quite slow.
You can dash.
I was going to say, should we use our action to dash on? We'll be able to. We've got to try and sneak past old bear boy there. So
No, as you walk in,
door,
it's patrolling. He's walking around, so he's.
we will.
After that 20 of stealth in that, he hasn't sensed your presence at all, so he's just mooching around.
Or you're going straight and directly above him. I would be sticking more towards the.
Well, I've got to go around the walls.
sides.
Can't go around the ceiling, so we've got to walk around the walls.
Yeah.
So I'm aiming to kind of go here, then round this way
Yeah.
to end up kind of here. And then we can execute plan whatever from there.
Oh, I have a suggestion.
Yep.
You go invisible, I cast fly on you.
Ho
You
ho!
can fly up to 60 feet to take it while you're invisible and try and fly away and hide.
Okay. That's
Greg will
awesome.
hide round here somewhere and meet you round here.
Okay, let's do that. That doesn't sound bonkers. That's going to work fine. So, yeah, I'm gonna cast invisible.
And I cast fly. You are a willing creature, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
Consent is key.
Yeah, obviously. So let me just knock that spell down.
Flying speed of 60 feet.
Okay.
Up to 10 minutes. And then I'm just going to continue using my dash action to make my way around the walls, if that's all right.
So this is a good time to eat while we're being ridiculous.
We're being fantastic.
So I am going to.
It's nice to have something going on which isn't, I'm going to punch it.
So yeah, I'm gonna fly closer so I can assess what he's actually doing.
So, first of all, I would need a stealth check, but as you are invisible, you will have advantage.
Okay, stealth.
What did you say about these roofs? Sorry.
It's
The
the
roof
walls
too
seem
high,
to
or
have
is it
been
up?
like 30 feet high, but then there's like an open cavern above.
But he's got
Right,
these
so I
big
can
pointy
essentially
things.
climb over the wall to the other side.
Pardon?
So I can essentially climb over the top of the wall and be on the other side of the wall.
Yeah.
Sweet. In that case,
So-
I'm just going to carry on going around the top, but on the other side.
So with a 13, you see him start looking around as if he suspects something, but he doesn't react. You believe you still haven't quite been seen.
Right, that's cool. There with.
Is Greg also being stealthy?
Greg is being stealthy, yes, but he's on the other side of the wall, so he's not on the
Oh,
side
yeah,
that's
yeah.
facing him. But I'll still
I'm
happily
with
roll a
you, yeah.
stealth if you want.
No. If you're fine there. If you've dropped down off the wall, sort of thing.
No, I'm still on the wall. I'm just, because you said there's a big open gap at the top, so I've kind of like gone over the wall to the other side. So I'm on the wall, just in the other room behind. But I can still pop my head over and see Sam.
No, that'll be fine. I mean, Sam's flying and. getting actually closer to him. So
Can I make a perception just to see about this key mechanism, how it's held together, where it is? Is it just like on a slip knot of string, or is it like a padlock? Oh, 19, nice.
So you look and you see on his belt, which is just a kind of like a circular key ring as such, with just like the hinge on it, which hooks around his belt, and then there is just one large key, but the key itself doesn't look like a metal key.
Right.
It looks like it's made of what you could only imagine is hardened ice.
Okay. So I've not got it specifically mentioned in my equipment, but I do have things like fine clothes and a disguise kit and some costumes. I must have some gloves in there somewhere.
Have a set of gloves.
Hmm?
You have some gloves, yes.
Cool. So if I can tell that looks like hardened ice, I'm going to put these gloves on so I don't end up with frostbite.
Okay.
And okay, I'm going to fly closer and try and get this key.
So first of all, we'll have a stealth, but at advantage.
Advantage stealth.
You can't ready a spell, can you?
Yes.
Oh.
I think Graham has it where if you ready a spell, then you use a spell slot as you ready it. But I will say you prepare yourself to cast that spell. So it won't cost you a spell slot to to prepare a spell. But as soon as you have an action or something that you want to happen that triggers it, then as soon as that trigger happens, then you would cast that spell.
Okay, because I would like to, if possible, prepare Phantasmal Force so that if he does spot Sam, I'm going to make it look like she wasn't ever there. It's just a big old empty room.
Yeah, no worries. You can get yourself your Greg starts concentrating. And what kind of spell is it? Is it verbal or somatic? Okay.
I shall have a look. It is visual somatic material.
Cool, because if it's like a hand gesture, gonna start bringing in. I was gonna do it with Hailman, but Doctor Strange type casting of spells. So when you are casting a spell, I will either want you to be like casting a spell like Fireball. If it's a verbal, you wouldn't be able to whisper it. The power comes from the word, so you'd have to be like a forceful, powerful word that you yourself. But also, if it's with a hand gesture, you will have to make some sort of arcane movements with your hands to cast the spell. So
I like that, especially because is it warlocks that have the ability? No, it's sorcerers have the ability to make quiet spells. So it makes sense that they would be noisy. Otherwise, why would you have to use a sorcery point to make it quiet?
I love that.
This is my thinking. So because obviously all of us cast spells. I want to be a bit more like, instead of just describing how you're gonna stab something. Or I would like it to bring in like how you're casting these spells, just to give it a bit more theatre.
Love it.
Absolutely. So what's somatic mean?
I think that's a hand
verbal.
gesture.
What was it?
No, verbal.
I've got VSM.
So that would be you can cast it either verbally with a hand gesture or be material. So it's the burning of the material. But I don't think we really use materials.
It just the material thing always just seems a bit much. I mean, it's extra work for the DM as well. Like, I'd like to go hunting for a certain kind of berry and some glue, please.
Well, I know, but if like some of the spells like Revivify, you need a 300 gold piece diamond, I think, to cast it. in a sense, being able just to cast it and bring someone back to life without having that resource, I'm not sure if I'm going to move into using a bit more of that in the next campaign, just so that it's maybe not for everything, but certain spells.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Love it.
Cool.
Anyway, so yeah, stealth though, Sam with advantage as you are flying and invisible.
I did that and I got 13.
I thought that was on the last one.
No, I did that just before I. Oh yeah, that was as I flew closer to him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So another one as I actually make an attempt.
Because you're moving closer towards him.
Stealth or sleight of hand?
Stealth first to see if you can get close enough without him seeing, but you do have advantage.
17.
And 17 is enough. 17, you are so quiet, and you get close enough without him seeing. You realise, as you was stealthing around, that you're holding your breath because, as Greg had done many times before, you saw the breath. So you remembered this as you try and stealth closer.
I'm gonna breathe into my mouth.
You gotta hold your breath, and then I would need a sleight of hand.
Wow, this should be a good one. Oh.
Sleight of hand of 20.
Well, that was a 12, but I've got a +8, so thank God.
Wow.
Dirty 20, though, you are able to get close enough, holding your breath, moving slowly, and as you are, you're able to unclasp the key hook, and you pull out you unhook it from his belt, and you have in your hand, you haven't touched the key yet, but you have in your hand the ice key.
Cool.
Do me a quick favour, Kat.
Yeah.
I would like you to roll a d20 for me, please.
Oh dear.
Angela, I would like you to just choose odds or evens.
Odds.
Okay, so odds. Okay, that's fine.
Ready?
Yep.
18.
Okay. So, as Angela named odds,
sorry,
nothing happens.
Whoo! Thank you.
Oh.
I will tell you what would have happened.
Yeah.
Your hat would have said,
Oh!
That's so sneaky.
Oh, shit.
But as you rolled an even, the hat doesn't say a word.
Oh, fuck, that would have been awful.
You have a talking hat?
Yeah.
What?
That was my...
It hasn't done very much.
No. It was my Christmas gift from Santa, I believe.
Ah.
It gives... Is it
hang on.
advantage on performance?
Nice.
Also advantage on charisma saves, and it will act on its own accord.
Well, I'm going to use my action to carry on moving around the walls over to here. It's a dash action to get me up here.
So
I'm hoping that I can still see Sam.
Yeah, roll me a quick perception when you get over there, please, Greg.
What's that? Perception. 19.
You notice in this far corner, in the actual wall of ice and stone, a small hole.
Like a keyhole.
It would look somewhat like a keyhole.
Greg's going to stick his finger in it, and then back out of it, and then back in it.
Nice.
No, I'm not.
Roll for frostbite. At least it was just his finger. So can... No, see, I don't think Sam would Sam be able to see where Greg is from there?
You can
you're
always
flying, aren't you? So
you're flying, so you can, and it's an open cavern above. So you have just pulled the key chain off the giant's belt, so you are able to.
I'm going to fly the fuck away.
Just because you are so close.
Yeah.
I would just want another advantage stealth check just to see if you're able to get away without him noticing. His passive perception is 13. So far you have matched it at
Stealth.
least. So
Oh, advantage as well. Good.
you manage again. You feel as if you're about to. You're holding your breath as he's doing this, and you see the joy of getting it. You feel like Sam almost breathes out a sigh of relief, but then he remembers not to do so yet, and you move away. And again, the giant has no idea of what has gone on.
Cool. So have I noticed this hole now, moving over here? Or because I'm just heading towards Greg?
I would say you're looking at Greg, so you haven't seen that yet. But you are, you're in the right sort of vicinity, but you're staring at Greg, making your way to him.
Greg has no idea. You're invisible.
But am I carrying a key? Is the key visible as well?
Anything that you're holding's invisible.
Right, fair enough. That's cool.
So I've just been sat watching the big guy to see if it looks like he's spotted you.
So...
Don't make me jump.
No, I'm not going to.
I will awaken the beast.
Let me just check. So I'm going to just continue flying a bit closer and just be like, Greg, it's me.
Huh?
Don't jump. Shh. It's me. I'm right here. Yes. Shh.
Sam.
Yes.
I'm going to sit on the wall and kind of put my hands out, looking around. Sam.
I'm going to fly closer. I'm going to touch your hand. Don't freak out. I'm going to
Before you do that, though, I'm going to point to the keyhole. Like, I'm looking everywhere. I don't have a clue where you are, so I'm looking everywhere, just talking to you, trying to talk to your face. The keyhole over there.
Good. I have the key. I'm going to fly to the keyhole now.
Okay.
Shh.
Sorry.
So I'm going to fly towards where this keyhole is.
Cool. And yet you see this hole in the ice, and it looks like the key that you hold in your hand will fit.
Am I going to do that? Put the key in the hole and try and turn it. What could go wrong?
A small click as you turn it. And then you see a line start forming to the right of the keyhole from the ice. As a small door starts just opening itself. That seems to be within the wall of ice itself. And as you look inside, you see a harp.
Harp.
A beautiful looking harp. It is engraved. It looks like it's made of solid gold. It doesn't even look like normal strings. Each string itself looks to have a different colour, a different shade, a different aura, as if it's coming off it. And you see the most beautiful inscriptions and engravements of animals of all kinds, all along the outside of this harp, and it's just sat there on a small little plinth inside the hole in the wall.
I want to check for traps and see if this thing's alarmed.
Yeah, Greg saw the door opening and he's gone rushing over.
Yeah.
Well, climbing over.
Wait, don't touch it yet.
But it's so pretty.
A quick investigation check.
Investigation.
Investigation of 11. So
Just...
I would say you feel like there's something not right here. But with an 11, you're not able to work out exactly what it is.
Oh, shit.
Is Greg looking for traps as well?
No, Greg is looking at the harp. He's mesmerised by it. I think if Sam's not holding him back, he's going to be trying to go in and just start playing it.
I'm just going to be like,
he's forgotten where we are and meant to be stealthy.
Greg, no.
if Greg's go for it, then I will need Sam at least to do a quick strength
Yeah.
check to see if you can hold him back.
Oh.
I was going to say, I think it'd be with an advantage because I wouldn't be running or trying to pull. I'd just be like walking or climbing. I don't know where.
Oh.
I don't know where Sam is, so I'm just crawling through to it.
But the only problem is that's a strength save.
Oh, piss. Piss. I saw the word strength. So advantage with it?
Yeah. Yeah. And do you want to contest, or do you want to let Sam with the 16? I'd say that'd be strong enough to start holding you back. But do you want to fight against it, or are you going to listen to Sam?
No, I'm not going to fight against it. I'm going to acknowledge it, but still keep staring at this harp.
And I'm just going to be like, just wait. When we get outside, it's me, you fool. When we get outside and we survive this, I will let you touch it all you want and play with it all you want.
You get inspiration for like that. Huh? You can have inspiration for asking Angela to play with it.
Thank you very much.
Dirty boy.
It makes me chuckle.
I can see you wanting to touch it, but we've got to wait outside because it's too cold in here.
I'm on a promise then. So I'm on a promise, am I?
Sorry, I just made myself laugh. Just because it's too cold in here, you can't play with it yet. You've got to wait until it's warmer. Okay.
I can help with that. I have fireball.
Too hot.
Yeah.
But I don't think... Should we just take it? It feels too easy. It feels like something's wrong here.
Can I have a look around the area as well to see if I can see anything that seems off?
You can do. If you're helping, then you can either one of you roll with advantage or both roll a single investigation check.
Can you do advantage?
I got a 16 with advantage.
16, so as you're looking around, you start noticing things, and you say to Sam, who seems to be helping you investigate, you mentioned something that looking strange about the little plinth it's on.
Mm-hmm.
And as you were looking at it, Sam would have seen this before, and Greg may have some experience, but you sense that maybe it's some sort of pressure scale type thing where the weight that's on there.
Oh, it's the old Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
There's no way to know how much this weighs. We're just going to have to grab it and run, aren't we?
Can I see anywhere that looks like it would deactivate the plate? Is there anything on the little plinth itself that would maybe deactivate?
You would see nothing inside the housing of the harp itself, but I mean, with a 16 investigation while you're looking around, you would have a reasonable idea of what it weighs. So if you
Does
can
it weigh more than leather armor?
it probably doesn't, but leather armor wouldn't fit on the plinth. The plinth itself is only big enough for the harp.
Would it? I've got a water skein, so I've got like a water container and a flask of endless water. So would a full water pouch weigh the same as a harp?
What can we roll to determine that? Give me an insight.
Give me a bullshit roll.
Yeah, give me like an insight. See if you're able to work it out.
No.
So you look at it and you think a full skin pouch, as you suggested, may do it.
That's all
You can't
right.
say you're confident, but you can't say you're overconfident with this plan, but
it's the best I've got. So I'm going to try that. If there's any obvious mechanism anywhere to switch it off, this is going to go badly. So
Give me a sleight of hand to see if you're able to.
Okay, but before I
change them
do,
over.
I'm going to explain to Greg. I'm just going to say, Greg, I think this is going to weigh the same. And if I try quick enough, then I might be able to not trigger the pressure plate. But if I do...
You want to take mine as well, just in case?
I don't know. But what happens if we trigger it? What are we going to do?
You're invisible. You stay there and hide.
I can't hide forever. I'm not leaving you behind. Maybe once I start doing this, you climb up the exit.
Hang on 1 minute. I'm just gonna go let Ali in. Sorry.
What pizza you gone for?
Sorry.
Cheeseburger.
Right.
Good.
Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger pizza.
Right, I'm back. So you want me to go where?
Well, if this alarm's going to go, then maybe you should start heading back towards the exit again, so that you have a chance of getting away.
Okay.
And then I can fly up and out, but you're not flying. So maybe...
I can fly too, but I'm not invisible.
True.
Has it been more than 10 minutes?
No, I would say at this minute in time. I mean, you moved across there. I think if it was taking turns, you'd have had less than 5 or 6 turns. So it's been maybe 30 seconds.
Okay.
A minute at
And-
most.
Sorry, these walls here, these go all the way up to the top, yeah?
The outer
Kind of.
walls do,
Yeah.
but the inner walls seem to have been chiseled in, and then there seems to be like built inside with ice.
Okay. I have idea.
Yeah.
Tie rope around it. Tie rope around Hart, and then we go and hide behind wall over there and pull it really fast. You hold it, I'll pull it, and then we are away from it. If he come in, we are not in the room.
Yeah, what the hell? Let me just see. Hang on a minute. I've got
I have to be honest.
I've
It's a great
Go on.
plan.
I've got minor illusion, but if I'd used minor illusion, it means I've got to drop the invisibility.
I'll prepare Phantasmal Force again for as soon as anybody comes through that door. And not the polar bear, as soon as the dude comes through the door, I'll cast Phantasmal Force on him again to look like it's just a plain old empty room.
Yeah, okay, that's cool, because I thought I could have used an illusion to make it seem the harp was still there, but if I cast anything, then I lose my invisibility, so
Yeah,
that's an
exactly.
idea.
So I'm going to sit myself on the top of this wall here,
Yeah.
and then as soon as he comes through the door, I want to cast Phantasmal Force on him to make it look like nothing's changed in the room.
Okay, so here's a question for you. So if I'm invisible and anything I'm touching is invisible, if I tie a rope to it but I'm still holding the rope, is the rope invisible? And if so, how far away can I be and this rope's still invisible?
It's 50 foot of hemp rope, isn't it?
But does
I
it
don't
mean
know
the whole
if it's
50
invisible
foot,
when you-
even though I'm technically touching it?
If everything you are holding is invisible, then I will say that the rope is invisible. Mm-hmm. The harp
So you will
wouldn't be
see it as a
invisible.
levitating harp.
But yeah, I would say the rope, because a coil of rope would be a small area, so it's just being elongated. But I will say the whole rope will stay invisible.
Unless you touch the harp, you hold onto the harp, make it look invisible, as if it's not there, but do not put pressure on it. And then I will cause a distraction for him to come in. He will see the harp is gone,
But then
and
he
I'll
might
tear him out the way while you just grab the harp and go.
But then he might kind of try and like slam the door shut with my hand in it, or set off alarms and other things.
Okay, we try the rope trick.
I think the rope trick. That seems the most bonkers. So, yeah. I'm going to
Let's go.
very carefully tie the rope around the harp with enough slack to make it not move at all.
Yeah, I will say Sam is able to do that. No roll would be needed.
That's
Sam would be
fine.
able to
I'm being
tie a
very
rope.
precise with my wording here.
All that training that you received when you got your new ship of tying knots and
Yes.
everything has given Sam extra ability to tie a solid knot and not disturb the thing he's tying it around.
I learnt lots.
You learnt knots.
I learnt lots. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Okie dokie. So I'm going to leave enough slack on this rope to not move the harp as I fly over the top of this interior wall.
Yep.
And pull it. I'm going to pull
She's
this.
gonna pull it.
As soon as you give it a yank,
Yes. What happens?
the almost as if by itself, the harp flies out of the safe it was locked in,
Yeah.
and then as it does, you start hearing a rumble. And in that corner of the room of this building, or the cavern, you start feeling. Greg would feel this more than you, but it starts vibrating. Like the floor starts shaking, and as it does, the giant is going to start turn and run as fast as he can into the room. See the door open, and he sees. It's an intelligence, so he. Frost giants have a -1.
Oh!
Fingers crossed.
And he rolled.
Everything's perfectly fine.
He rolled 3.
Nice.
So does the 2 save?
No, the 2 does not save.
But as he runs into, he sees, he feels the vibrations. He hears the rumbling. So as he runs in, how are you? What are you making him see? Paint the picture.
The room is exactly as it was before we got there. The harp is still intact.
Is the door closed or door open?
The door would be exactly as it was. So I think it'd be from him. Yeah, the door would be closed. He wouldn't be hearing alarm because you can see and hear things. So it'd just be a nice, quiet room. Nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing's changed. Nothing different.
Maybe he thought
No
he fell asleep and he
harp.
dreamed it.
So I'll tell you what will
When he walks
happen.
back out of this room, he's still going to hear the alarm. But while he's in this room, it's peaceful and quiet. And
So he at first hears the rumble and feels the vibrations. He turns and runs, and as he gets close to the safe he's going to go check, the door's closed. The alarm seems to have stopped, and he can't tell anything is different. And we will
takes full
roll.
psychic damage.
Yeah, I've taken that off already. You see him confused, as if he's hit his head maybe, and he's like, oh, "What's just happened there?" But I am going to roll a D100 just as a chance here. So if it's 1 to 80, then he's just going to go along with this phantasmal thing. But if he will do something specific, and it's over 80. So
What was he going to do?
he was going to check for the key.
That would make
Simple
sense.
thing of checking for the key, but no, he goes in and confused by the alarm stopping and the door being closed. He is just going to slowly start making his way back to the seat to sit there.
Diddly diddly diddly.
And as he does that, the polar bear who seems to be in front of him now and also heard this, that made his way following. Does it work for what? Is it sight and does it work for smells as well?
Let's have a look. Create or other visual phenomenon of your choice. Spell has no effect on undead or constructs. Found to include sound, temperature, other stimuli, also evident only to the creature. So yeah, it's literally everything, sound,
But
everything,
you did you? Is
but
it?
not to the polar bear.
No. So
No.
the polar bear goes in, but the polar bear can't see anything.
Yeah, the polar bear will see the door open and he'll see whatever was there.
So I would like Greg to roll me a quick stealth check, please. Just because the polar bear's
Stealth?
walked in and started sniffing and using his sense of smell.
I'm too high up for him.
So he did. Let me see what he rolled. He did
And Greg
roll
smells impeccable.
he rolled a 15. So not a bad one. I rolled 2 12s. He has advantage on
Wow.
perception with using smell.
Oh,
Keen senses, but no, he sniffs and he can't quite pick up any scent of anything. But he still, because the polar bear can hear and see the door open, it
Yeah.
will stay there and carry on investigating. But
how intelligent
maybe
is a
he'll get
bear?
paid for it.
I mean, would a bear kind of have the cognitive ability to be able to realise that a safe is open and something is gone?
well, he can feel the vibrations that are only coming from that one corner of the room. So
He'd be investigating what it'd be, kind of thing, and
Okay.
just sniffing his way through.
he
But
doesn't
he
know
might get
what's
the
going
blade
on
thrown
yet.
in the door.
Yeah,
if
he
he's the
doesn't
only
know
one
what's
there.
wrong, but it knows something's not right. But he's just investigating, sniffing, walking around. Not necessarily the safe. Like you say, he wouldn't know what's in there, but he's just walking around this room, sniffing and listening and trying to work out what's going on.
I'm
But
going to carry on using my movement to get the hell out of there.
the harp is now over the wall
Yep.
and in your hand.
So now is it invisible too?
If you're holding it,
Yep.
then yes.
Yep. How long has it been while all this has been going on?
I would say you've been... Since you entered the cavern, this is all taken. How long does invisibility last?
I'm just reading that now.
Yep,
Until
10
the
minutes.
spell
Flight
ends,
only lasts 10 minutes.
up to 1 hour.
Up to 1 hour.
Yeah.
So
Flight only lasts for 10
Yeah.
minutes.
I would say you were 5 minutes in with the planning and the executing, the careful tying of the knots and investigating for traps. I'd say you're 5 minutes in at the moment.
We are very efficient.
So, can I use my action to dash around the walls and get as far as here?
You can, yeah. The polar bear's already tried to sniff and didn't pick up your scent, so you
So,
get out of there as quickly as you
I can fly over these walls.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have 30, 10, 15, 20, 30, 30. So next action will take me to there.
Yep. Can I move again?
You can, but you move as you would like, but what's happening while you move this turn? The polar bear's still sniffing and investigating this room and feeling the vibrations. The frost giant, again unawares, you will hear his voice echo through this deep cavern. And as he does, he will say, you will just hear his voice.
What are you doing? Stupid bear.
Oh my god, I love that. Do it again. What does he say?
What are you doing, stupid bear? There's nothing in that room. I was there not a minute ago.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
And but you will hear him, this giant, and again as he moves you hear it echoing, and he will make his way back into the room.
He'll take another bit of damage and
Yep.
everything will still look the same unless he rolls an intelligence check.
He rolled a 4, so this time you got a 3.
So yeah, it still all looks exactly the same to him, feels the same.
Is it still
Smells
the same
same.
damage and still a 4?
Yeah, it's still the same, yeah. Is that what it was? I was trying to scroll up to find where it was.
So as he walks in
Yeah.
again, you see him, you would hear him kind of, "Ah!" as he walks in and just feels this sort of weird headache as he's in this room. And
At any point, he can do an investigation check to get rid of it.
No,
That
I mean
lasts for an hour.
he has 9 intelligence, so he's not the smartest, so he will believe it. But
Yay.
he will turn to the bed. You guys again will hear this, and
I have the key right here.
and he will look down and
Thieves! I will catch you and
let me turn that off now. But yeah, you will hear him look for his keys, notice they're not there, and even though everything still looks the same in the room, he hears no vibrations, but the keys are missing. And he's going to start making his way next time around to the entrance, trying to find where the keys may have gone. But before then, you guys can move
Yeah,
again.
we'll make another move. But before we do, Sam, minor illusion, keys on floor. Quick.
I don't know if I'm going to do that, I'll lose my invisibility. Minor illusion. It's only 30 feet. It's not going to be far
How
enough.
far is it to the floor?
To the floor?
How?
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll cast a minor illusion. Good plan. That the key is on the floor. Like, hang on, how far?
It'll just give us a bit of extra getaway time. Obviously, when he tries to touch it, he'll know it's not real. But
so it'll be here.
Yeah.
So there.
You again. You make. I'm guessing it's the arcane movements with Sam's hands, and a set of
there you are.
identical key to what you have in your hand, or did you leave it in the door?
Left it in the door, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oops.
So, but what you did have just manifests on the ground, identical.
He can't see the one in the door, so it's fine.
Yeah, but as that happens, and that spell is cast, suddenly Sam just appears and becomes visible again, standing next to Greg.
Right, I've got the harp. I say let's get out of here very quickly.
I am going to use my last one? Hang on. Is it that? I'm just scrolling up a bloody thing. Yep, I'm going to use my last spell slot of that thing to cast fly on myself, and hopefully I'll be strong enough to have hold of Sam, like piggyback Sam and fly out of there.
I'm still flying.
Are you still flying?
It was just the invisibility.
Fly on myself.
Yeah, I couldn't hold the invisibility.
Yeah, it's my last level 3 spell slot, but I'm going to cast fly on myself so that I can move 60 foot.
Cool.
Flying through the air instead, just for a better getaway.
I think I've only got a couple of minutes of it left.
Yeah, I would say now. Yeah, there'd be about 3 minutes left with the.
So we just need to get back out through the eye and back out onto the shelf outside.
Far away we can as possible in that 3 minutes.
Well, I would say within 3 minutes you would be able to get out of the cliff, out through the eye again, and make your way back to almost where you first felt the air starting to freeze. You make your way back to where the ground starts turning green. You start seeing spots of foliage here and there. You start seeing the occasional bright colour of a flower peeking through what's ice that seems to have been not quite as thick or as cold as what it is where you've just been.
Amazing.
And within another 25, 30 minutes, you make your way back to the bridge where you were before.
And I think at that point we kind of maybe sit down and have a look at this harp fully and just wonder about it. Go on, Greg.
Yeah.
I said you could have a touch, so I'm going to give it to Greg.
I can play with it. I want to play it. I want to run my fingers across and play it.
Cool. So yeah, you've no roll needed for that. You do, and as you do, it sounds almost, if not equal, to the beautiful music you heard Hysam playing earlier on.
Oh, amazing. Amazing. I'm going to cry. Sam's just crying, just tears. It's just so beautiful.
Somehow, and I mean, I had no idea what was going to happen with the harp and that, but Greg, being a sorcerer, you have played this. You have managed to give both yourself and Sam bardic inspiration, which will carry over to the next session.
Yay!
Yeah. But you play, and as you do, each colour, as you ping it, it's like a water droplet of a different colour, like kind of like as it hits, just like comes off each one, a sort of ripple effect of colour, and it is magnificent. It's beautiful. It's
nice.
It's a wonder to view and hear.
While Greg's playing it, it's like he completely transforms. He's not a stupid person anymore. He's just sat there so gracefully, so elegantly playing it. And then as soon as I finish, I'm just gonna look and go, "It's pretty colours. It's shiny.
It is
maybe
pretty.
Maybe we hide it and bring it back."
No, we're going to have to give that back. But you played
That's
so
what I said.
beautifully.
Hide it. We don't want any little centaur children trying to take more shinies.
Very true. But you did play so beautifully. Do you play any musical instruments?
No. I can whistle. Okay, I can nearly whistle.
Then I will offer to teach you how to play an instrument because you play so beautifully.
Oh, thank you very much.
In downtime, if Greg wants to learn to play an instrument, Sam is now offering to teach.
Sweet.
Cool.
So let's go find Hysam. Actually, can Sam have a little play as well?
You can, yes, roll a performance, but obviously you do have advantage because of the hat. Yeah.
It's not as good. Sam's
No,
he's just so overwhelmed. His hands are trembling with the enormity of the situation of what he's holding and what he's been through, and the emotion of watching Greg. That he's all thumbs. He's all thumbs.
Well, I say it still sounds pleasant, but it seems like beginner, like natural talent with Greg. The harp must be his instrument.
It picked up on his emotion and general Gregness.
But again, you play it, and being a musician, you can appreciate the craftsmanship that has been into this. This is by far the finest instrument that Sam has let alone ever played, but ever laid eyes upon.
Wow.
Bar maybe Hyacinth's loom.
Before we leave here, Greg will look at Sam and say, "Sam, I have a proposal for you."
I accept. I mean, well, go ahead.
Will you be fairy daddy with me? And then I hand him down one of the blowy things for Sam to blow some fairies.
Oh, hell yeah! So Sam and Greg are just going to blow together.
We're going to blow some fairies.
And as you do, the same thing happens again. Several of them break through when you blow, and they start circling around the pair of you.
So delightful.
They're blowing together.
You're such a pretty fairy daddy. You do a good fairy daddy duties.
No, you're a pretty fairy daddy.
And you hear, like, in a chipmunk voice, all of them saying,
You're a pretty fairy daddy. You're a pretty fairy daddy.
I tell you what, Greg, we make a great team.
Yeah, we do. High five.
High five. I want to roll athletics for the high five. Is it a good high five?
Oops.
Sam is accurate, but Greg is like, ow! Oh.
I'm
as they
crying.
circle around the pair of you two. Joyous, almost music-like as they say it.
Oh God, that's
And
beautiful.
they
Oh.
just float away, giggling to themselves.
Oh. There we go. That was my athletics to match your high five.
Oh, I'm too busy. That's hilarious. Oh, right. Come
So
on.
from here, we'll take the harp back.
So you make it back to Hyacinth's location
Hyacinth?
where you find him, and you find him there, looking very peaceful, just strumming away, playing his lute.
And
And as soon as you get there, he puts it down. And as he puts it down, you see the trees make their way back and close off the opening that he made for you. Ah, you're back. Did you manage to get the job done?
I'm going to reveal the harp and just say, I would not have been able to do it without my friend Greg.
That's why
I
brought
could
you.
not do it without my fairy daddy.
And he will chuckle and say, that is why I brought you both along. A job together seemed to be the only way to get it done.
So I'm going to hand the harp over to him.
And he takes it off you, and he will bow down again, big smile
Bow
on his
back.
face, and say,
Bow back, yep.
thank you. I had no doubts. I will now send you back to where you came from.
Before you do,
Bye, son.
can you just play us one song?
Something we can dance with.
Yeah.
Dance to.
And he looks down at the harp, and he looks back at Sam and says, take note. And he will start strumming, and not only is he making the most beautiful music, but the colours flash before you one after another, and they seem to themselves make their own music, and it's sort of a visual feast for the eyes and the ears.
Yeah, come on, Greg, let's have a dance.
Dancing. I'm dancing.
Oh, I am. I'm in the zone.
You're in tune with the music.
Yeah.
As you're both lost in the music dancing, you end up holding hands and spinning round and round and round like a gangster to the music. But as you spin and spin, you start getting dizzy again.
Bye,
And
son.
it takes you a few seconds before you realise that this dizziness isn't just dizzy from spinning, but the same dizziness, the same sensation you felt before.
My face hurts from smiling.
And within a few seconds, again, you feel a little nauseous, a little confused. And again, within a matter of seconds, you then look and find yourselves back exactly where you were before you heard that music. And as you land, you can still hear the faint sounds of the harp just before the song finishes.
And no time has passed.
No, I'm
In
just
this
putting
one.
my hit points back down.
I need to do mine as well.
The next to nothing.
I'll do mine in a sec.
Oh, That was brilliant.
That was so much fun.
Oh,
I've missed
thank
you
you.
guys.
Missed you too.
We've missed you lot.
But I am going to be playing with my voice changer.
That's so cool. You might need to
Yes.
send me what that's called again.
Voice mod, I think it
Voice
is.
mod. I don't think I had it set up correctly. I need to play with it more.
I bet you do.
Oh, matron!
Thank you for this little 2-player side quest.
It's okay.
I really enjoyed that.
That was incredible.